Welcome once again back to my channel. I'm your host, The Gator. Today I will be talking about one of my primary setups. I love this setup. I think it looks a little more sophisticated than just carrying a regular controller, which I don't knock any controllers, but I do like this setup. Also, it gives me the CDJ feel without spending the thousands of dollars for the Pioneer model. These are my MDJ 900 from Gemini. And I'm going to demonstrate how they work. Maybe if you're interested in getting some CDJs, this might be something you look into. You might not. Who knows? As far as my mixer, I have my Numark M6 USB mixer. And then I have my little reloop controller here for the hot cues and also the pad effects as well too. But I'm going to dive into my setup right here. Again, this is one of my primary setups that I use when I do like weddings or big events. I use this setup right here. Let's dig in. Okay, so this is my setup right here. So this is my Numark mixer. Here goes CDJ or MDJ 901, and then this is my second one right over here. Again, I'm using, as far as the software, I'm using Virtual DJ. My primary software is Rekordbox, but the mixer does not work with Rekordbox. The CDJs do work with them. I keep calling them CDJs, but they're actually MDJs. So forgive me if I say CDJ, but I'm so used to saying CDJ. But these work with Rekordbox. The only problem is you have to custom map it, and I tried mapping it, but the functionality that I needed was just not the same as just if they work in Virtual DJ. So I'm using Virtual DJ. When I use this, I use Virtual DJ. When I use a regular controller, I use Rekordbox for now. I tried DJ Pro and I did not like it. That's just my opinion. I did not like it that much. But this is what I got. So I got a licensed Virtual DJ, and then I have my Rekordbox that gets unlocked with the controller and the other mixer that I have. So let's start off with the MDJ 900 right now. They have 4 hot cue buttons right here. It has, I believe this is a 7-inch screen. This is the knob to browse, as you can see. And then over here as well. It is responsive, that's for sure. And I'll show you the only issue that I'm having. I'll show you that in a minute. But other than that, this works good for me. You have your auto loop buttons right here. So you got 2, 4, 6, and 8 and 16. Then if you hit the switch button, then you go to half and quarter and up from there. You also have your loop buttons here to adjust. You hit the in and out, and then to exit right here. This is the vinyl adjust button, so this puts more tension on the jog wheel. You can make it tighter, or you can make it more loose, depending on how you use the jog wheel. Then this is the reverse button, so if you want to play the CDJ backwards. Track search, and then there's also the search as well to make it sync and master. Your playing cue, pretty responsive, as you can see it in. Cool. Then you also have your filter here. This is the low and high filter. Pitch control. I like this because it's pretty long, so you have a lot of options to play with the tempo on this. You have your key lock button, BPM tap, pitch bend. You also have to change it to vinyl. Vinyl, I would recommend, I guess, if you want to use like a turntable style, or you want to scratch. You have it up here so I can scratch. But I usually keep it on regular style, so I can use the jog wheel to speed up and slow it down. Then you have your options here to go into settings. USB, this is when you're using a USB external control hard drive. I'll show you that in a minute after I'm done with this one. MIDI buttons. So this allow you to connect the MDJ to your DJ controller, and then you have a link button. So if you use USB on the other MDJ, you hit the link and you could connect both of them without need to put the USB on both. So whatever playlist is on this one, you'll be able to see it on the other one as well too. And then of course you got your start and stop time for how you want the CDJ to stop. You can speed it up, you can slow it down, you can do like a vinyl effect. It just takes forever to slow down. But that's pretty much it for the MDJ. It's about the size of or it weighs as much as a regular controller. I want to say about a 2-channel controller, so it's not that heavy at all. This is my Numark mixer. I kind of love this mixer because it's a 4-channel mixer. The only thing that it kind of a bummer to me, it doesn't have effects on this button on this keyboard. But you do have your highs and lows and your filters, or your mids. And like I said, it's 4 channels. For it being a 4-channel mixer, it was a good, reasonable price. But the downfall on this, it doesn't have any onboard effects. So that's why I use my reloop controller here. I can control both my channels, my loops, my hot cues, samples, pad effects. This is a nice little device here. I love it. But I use this when I use this setup, so I could be able to have more effects actually. But I can control my hot cues from here. I can control my sampler, also the hot loops, and it also has slicer as well. So you can control this actually can control for 4 decks. So deck 1, 2, 3, and 4. So between the mixer and this, I can control 4 decks. And then this is my other MDJ right here. So right now, if I put this over here, I like using the middle channel. So I have this one on channel 2, and then I have this one on channel 3. So if we hit play here, and you can see the plays playing up on there, and then I can just turn up the volume. See it stopped right now, but there'll be times that I'll play the song and I hit the stop and it'll stop here and it'll keep going on the virtual DJ. Actually, I'm sorry, it'll stop on the virtual DJ, but it'll keep going on here. Now, I mean, it's not really of how can I say, a downfall for me, but it's, it's the only gripe I have. But other than that, it works fine. And I do have to wait if it's still kind of playing here, even though it stopped here on the software. It won't let me pick the song. But other than that, I have no other complaints about this MDJ controller. It's well worth it if you want to get into like the CDJ style mixing. Get one of these, and then until you move up to another one, or just stay with these and see how it works out for you. But I do love it. I do not use the V case software that it has. You can use that if you're gonna use external USB. But I do not. I just go ahead and use the regular virtual DJ software, and then I also use my external hard drive just as it is. It's already formatted for music. But other than that, that's it. Let me put this one on. Yeah, see it stopped. Now it's stopping. Now that I'm recording, of course it stops. But usually it'll keep going here. They won't play no sounds, but it stopped on the virtual DJ software. But other than that, I can't complain. So I'm gonna set this up now for external hard drive, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, so when you're using the MDJ for connected to laptop with the software, you have to make sure you have it on the MIDI. I don't know. so the software could recognize it. So now, since I'm going to my external hard drive, which I have connected here, I just go to USB, and then my playlist or my folders should pop up. And there they go. Just select the song. And then I go over here. That's that. So now, if I go over here, in order for me to have my two MDJs communicate with each other, I would have to hit link. Once I hit the link, as you can see, there's no USB connected to it. And it should pop up. Takes a little bit, but it's connected. So now, this same folders are coming off from this external drive folder. So now if I go here, and we're gonna pick the same song. And there you go. Let me show you how it looks, how it's connected in the back. Alright, so right now I have my RCAs going to my mixer, which is this one here. I have this is the USB that's needed. Well, if you're not using the laptop, you don't need this connection. This is the USB that's connected to my USB hub that connects to the laptop, but we're not connecting it. So you really don't need this cable if you're just going to use your external hard drive. But if you could use the laptop, you keep this one connected. Then this is the link cable that connects this laptop, this MDJ to this MDJ over here. So now if you're not using the external hard drive and you're just going to use a laptop, you don't keep this one connected. This one could be disconnected. But without this cable, this came with the MDJ. Without this cable, both devices won't be able to communicate with each other. You'll have to then get a hard external drive here, or USB drive here, and a USB drive here for them to work. But as long as you got this cable here, you'll be able to have both MDJs talk to each other. And of course, this is the power button, or I'm sorry, this is the power cable, and then this is the power button right here. This is how it looks in the back of my mixer. RCA cables. This one's for that one, and this one's for that one over there. This is going to my little mixer, and then you got your power cord and your power button. I would suggest that if you're gonna have something like this connected, everything needs to be connected USB. You get something like this that has like a 7-port USB hub. This where you have a lot of options on there. Now, one thing I do notice, you're like saying, well, why isn't there a USB on this mixer? For some reason, so if you connect, when I'm using the software, as long as you map the which is CDJ1 and which is a CDJ2, you really don't need the mixer set up to the computer. I know it sounds weird, but I noticed that when I connect this to the laptop or to this device, the software does not pick it up for some reason. But as long as I keep which one is the left channel and which is the right channel, or sorry, which one's the left output and which is the right output, then it works just fine. But I hope this video helps out a little bit. But this is pretty much my setup that I use when I use, like, a wedding or a big event. Gives me more, like, I believe, like a more sophisticated look. Again, I'm not knocking no controllers. My favorite go-to controller is actually the DJI Flex 4. But this is what I like to use a lot. I think it gives me a more cleaner look, and I think people kind of like to see the separate CDJ style. I like it. I love it. And I would recommend that if you guys want to get into CDJs, link into these. I bought these honestly. I have four. I have two here. These are the two that I use for my gigs, and I have two more that I have in my DJ studio when I'm streaming. I bought these at the time for $250 each. That's right. Yes, I do have four. So I bought each one for about around $250 each, used. And these are used, so I have not had any issues. So brand new, they're about like $3.99 each, which is still not bad. That's like still a fraction of a cost of the Pioneer DJ controller. But other than that, if you guys are interested, get them. I would recommend at least one. Play with one and see how it goes. And maybe who knows? Maybe you'll like this setup as well too. But yeah, these Gemini MDJs, these are the 900. So the 900s do not have the CD slot. The 1000 do. So I would recommend these if you don't want to get the CD slot. And I think the latest firmware is 6.10, which is the latest one that's out there right now. And the settings, I like this because you could customize it to what you want. You want auto Q level, the BPM lock. You can control that all from here. And so again, for this being a Gemini CDJ, it's not bad at all. I gotta give it to them. So I'm not gonna knock them at all. And it's on the latest version of 6.10. But that's about it. That's my setup for me, and I hope you guys like this video. Please hit that like button. It will help me out a lot. I'm trying to make this channel grow, and we'll see from there. Hit the subscribe button as well too, so you can get notified when I have some new content out there. I'm gonna try and bring out more content. This is one of my setups. My other setup is a Flex 4. I'll probably talk about that. I also looking into getting my turntables. We'll discuss that a little bit more later. But for now, see you guys. Take care. God bless, and hit that like and subscribe. Later.